if you create a video that you can upload along with your resume or send directly to a recruiter, it'll really make you stand out. There's no right way to do a video resume, though. There's no formula, really. I mean, there can be a formula for how you share the information. So like introduction, this is why I'm special. This is why I fit and would be a great fit for your company. This is how you can get in touch with me. There's a structure that way, but the way that you share that information is wide open to interpretation and to your creativity. The one thing that I will say is you'll see a lot of, if you Google what makes a video resume good, you're going to see a lot of people out there that are telling you to create a video resume that doesn't include you talking at the camera. It's like pictures and it has graphics coming up and music or maybe a voiceover. And I say to that, hogwash, no, don't do that. One of the biggest reasons that you want to create a video resume is because you want the recruiter and you want the hiring person to be able to see your mannerisms. You want them to hear you speak. You want them to get to know your personality a little bit. You want to show them your facial expressions. You want to show them your enthusiasm. And you can't do that unless you get in front of the camera. Don't take that other advice. Don't create a graphic video resume. Don't make one with some moving parts and a voiceover. Get in front of the camera. So when I say get in front of the camera, if you're going to get in front of the camera, you should absolutely know what you're going to be talking about before you get in front of the camera. So you should have your bullet points laid out, and you should have practiced enough to where that you can speak about your information without having to think about it too much. So that means if you write a full script, you need to memorize that script as if you were in a play, stepping up on a stage, performing as an actor. So there's multiple ways that you can do a video resume. You can make a generic video resume that just talks about how awesome you are, and you can put it on YouTube, and you can send that same link to a bunch of employers. But if you really want to stand out to a particular employer, you should make a unique video resume for each employer that is personal to that employer. And a good way that you can do that is you can make the central part of your resume that talks about all of your accomplishments, and then you can drop that into an editing timeline like I showed you guys, and you can create a custom introduction and a custom conclusion based on the client or based on the employer that you're speaking to. So for instance, if you're trying to get a job at Amazon, you would have that middle portion already done that talks about all of your accolades and how cool you are and how good you are and smart, etc. And then you could record an intro that says, "Hi, Jeff Bezos. I think you're awesome. I would love to work with you because Amazon runs the world." And then at the end, you could say, "Thank you, Jeff Bezos. I would love to work for Amazon. I definitely think that I would be an asset to your organization, blah, blah, blah." You get the point. You can customize the bookends, the front end and the back end, and have the middle part the same for all of your video resumes that you send out. There is no right way to video resumes. You should definitely speak on camera because your personality needs to come out. When I say there's no right way, all I mean is there's no like rigid structure to do a resume. If you're going after a creative job, let's say you're going after an animation job and you have a bunch of stop motion animation that you've done, record a little introduction and then show your stop motion animation that you've done. In that case, you've still said hello and spoken to the camera, but you're demonstrating your work. Dress professional. Just know your audience, know how you're supposed to dress based on how they dress and based on how that professional sector dresses. There should be a proper background that you film your testimonial in front of. Make sure the background is suitable. Perhaps you have some trophies. Perhaps you have some accolades. There should also be proper lighting, and it should also be a quiet area. Know your bullet points and practice. If you just can't get it to the point where you're comfortable and you can't memorize all of your bullet points and you can't memorize your script, do a mock interview. Have somebody off camera write questions. Okay, you want to write the questions ahead of time. Have somebody off camera ask you questions and look at the person that's asking the questions and answer the questions in complete statements. So for instance, if the person says, "What is your name?" Don't just say, "Jason Schultz." You would say, "Well, hello there. My name is Jason Schultz." It has to be a standalone statement. Then take all of your answers into your editing program, cut out all the questions, and jump cut all your answers together, like I just showed you, and export that as your video resume. Smile. Be positive, but natural. So you don't necessarily want to be over the top. In a video resume, what I suggest is in the headline, put your name, put your contact information. In the bottom, you can still put subtitles if you like. On the bottom, you could also put links to different things that highlight your work. So if you have a Vimeo page or if you have a LinkedIn profile that you think is worthy of sharing, you can fill that top and bottom space with pertinent information. After you do an interview with somebody, even if the interview didn't go awesome, but you really, really want that job, if you want to stand out, create a video thank you card for that person or the recruiter, whoever did the interview for you, and email it to that person, and make sure the thank you is personally directed to that person that interviewed you. Treat that thank you the same way that you would treat a video resume. Talk to the person. Try to picture them right in front of you and speak from the heart.